Good evening and welcome to this meeting of the Licensing Committee. I'm Olivia Parfitt, Democratic Services Officer, and I will take the committee through the first 3 items on the agenda. Before this, I would like to remind you that there is currently a one-way system in place, and we ask that the main staircase is used when coming up to the chamber, and the staircase by Committee Room B is used when exiting. If the fire alarm sounds during the meeting, please remain seated whilst members of the Democratic Services team assess the situation and give further instructions on the evacuation of the building if necessary. Tonight's proceedings will be webcast by the Council, but if anyone else is intending to record these proceedings, can you please let me know now? Thank you, Councillor Mackay. This is not to prevent you from doing so, but to ensure that members in the room know that this is taking place. I would also like to advise members that they should only address the meeting by way of their microphones and to remind them to turn their microphone off when they have finished speaking. The webcast will only pick up sound that comes directly from the microphone. And from that, I'll now move to item 1 on the agenda. Apologies for absence. We have apologies from Councillor Bryant this evening. Item 2, notification of substitute members. Councillor Cook is present as substitute for Councillor Bryant. Item 3, election of chairman. Can I please have a nomination for chairman?
I'd like to nominate Councillor Springett for the position of chair.
Is that seconded?
I'd like to second that.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? In which case, as that has been moved and seconded, Councillor Springett, you have been appointed as chair if you would like to come and take your seat.
Thank you, members. It's a long while since I've sat here, a good few years. We now go to item 4 on the agenda, which is election of the vice chairman. Can I have nominations? In fact, I would like to nominate Councillor Bob Hinder for vice chair, and if there's anybody who would like to second. Thank you. Councillor Parfitt-Reid, thank you. Are there any other nominations for vice chair? No, I don't see any. So, Councillor Hinder, congratulations, you're vice chair of this committee. Thank you. Item 5, urgent items. There's no urgent items this evening. Item 6, disclosures by members and officers. Are there any disclosures by members? I should think unlikely this evening with our agenda. Thank you. Item 7, visiting members. I don't see any visiting members. Item 8, disclosures for lobbying. There are none. Item 9, to consider whether any item should be taken in private because of the possible disclosure of exempt information. Okay, and are we happy to do that, to stay in part 1? I move that the items on the agenda be taken in public as proposed. Item 10 is minutes of the meeting held on the 15th of April 2021. And they are on page 1 of your agenda. I was at that meeting. I have no comments. Does anybody else have any points to raise on those minutes? Are we all happy that I accept those minutes? Thank you. So I move that the minutes of the meeting held on the 15th of April 2021 be agreed as a correct record and signed. Item 11 on the agenda, which is the minutes of the Licensing Act 2003 subcommittee meeting held on the 4th of May 2021. And that is on page 6 of your agenda. Are there any amendments to those minutes? Any of those people that were present there, any corrections to be made? No, thank you. I move that the minutes of the meeting held on the 15th of April 2021 be signed, agreed as a correct record and signed. Item 12, question and answer session from members of the public. There's no questions this evening. Item 13, questions from members to the chairman, and there are no questions from members to the chairman. So I think probably on that note, we have a record for one of the quickest meetings, and I wish they were all like this. And I would like to say thank you, members. I now declare this meeting closed. Thank you.